Ghost Dranas, new name. It auto-corrected to Ghost Dranas. That's the new name now.
Ghost Dranas. I mean, it's probably, honestly, like, super full of ghosts.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, if I had to take a wild guess. Like, it's a bunch of ghosts.
Ghosts.
I mean, what was it before it was Gordranas? Like,
no, I think Gordranas is... Do you mean name-wise? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think Gordranas is the original name.
Oh.
Because I think it became... So I'm a little confused on the lore.
Okay.
Because I thought, or I think, that Gordranas... Lancel, don't you even think about... You are being a real turd right now. He says, look how stealthy I am. No one can see me.
He says, I'm hiding in the cords. I'm not here.
So I thought Gordranas was like the original old-timey name, but I don't remember what the city was. Because I think I've asked Mans this a few times, and I think like he's like, no, I think it was like I think it's the original name of a city. I keep thinking it's the city that's half elves, half dwarves underground.
Uthadern?
Yes. My brain keeps thinking it's Uthadern.
I did too.
But I don't know if that's right. I think the other option is it was... Will you watch him?
Yes.
Oh, hey. Look at the snackies on the ground for you. One for each of
the vultures.
The vultures. Look at Lance. He's so confused because he has the freaking wires in front of him.
He says, I can't reach it.
So I thought Gordranas was the original name of Uthadern. But I don't know if it's like in our world or if this is like Mans' interpretation or, I mean, it's D&D lore. There's multiple different interpretations of stuff.
Yeah.
The other option is like, it's kind of like it was like a floating city or something that was like put somewhere else, like the Elven city that like moves between realms and like, no, it's back now. And this is their capital.
See, I also thought that it was like Uthadern or Bazzoxan. Is Bazzoxan a place, or am I crazy?
No, it sounds like a place. It sounds like a word I've heard before, not just like, yeah, that could totally be a place.
That could totally be a place.
That could totally be a place. It sounds like one. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, because beneath Bazzoxan was where the Mighty Nine lost Yasha.
That's right.
There it is. So, that would be the most logical place, right?
I guess that is true, yes.
But either or, its name is Ghost Dranas now. So
it's Ghost Dranas now.
Ghost is full of ghosts. And because I thought it was either Uthadern or Bazzoxan, and I feel like both of those places are near each other.
I don't know where
Bazzoxan is. We've got a high quality map of Exandria somewhere on here. It's in Discord. I know it is. Oh shit, are we still recording?
Oh shit, are we recording? Sorry for the lovely shaking sound.
We are recording. It's like, so we're having a fun little rabbit hole moment over here.
That's all right.
It's okay.
If it's terrible, I'll cut it out. And if it sounds great, then I'm gonna leave it in.
Listen, this is the chatter you guys show up for, isn't it?
Yeah, how's everyone's gardens? I know that's...
Yeah, everybody loves that.
Everyone loves the garden topic.
Everyone loves that, except for the rest of our party, apparently.
Well, it's a good thing they're not making the freaking podcast.
Exactly, good thing it's not their podcast. Maybe they should try gardening and see how wonderful it is. I don't know.
Listen.
Like, I saw a reel. Thank you so much. Yeah. This looks beautiful, by the way. Jordyn just made me the most incredible coffee. And put a beautiful straw in it as well.
Got you. That's why I ordered those double espressos. So now I'm going to make it with the one that goes over ice.
Okay.
As opposed to the one that you have, which was hot first. I don't know what the difference is in the espressos. They're both double espressos.
Fucking incredible.
That's how I made my first one. I made way too much sugar the first time. It also, you can get by with just a single espresso. I have a late night ahead of me, so.
Yeah, but it's a double espresso, and like I always get like the sleepy yawns, like on our way to 2 p.m. I always get the like it's bedtime now, and like the weather is beautiful.
I know. I kind of just want to curl up and sleep.
Like it's nap time.
It is nap time.
But unfortunately, we must participate in capitalism.
Unfortunately, yep, I do have to pay bills.
Yeah,
we have to pay bills.
We have to pay bills. We get just, but anyway.
Nailed it. Nicely done.
Okay, so we were in the Graying Wildlands. Uthadurn is where it would be.
He said it was. Oh, he said it was somewhere else, but I agree. My brain was like, you mean Uthadurn? Oh, apparently it has an X in it. Did you know it has an X in it?
Baxoxxa. Oh my god.
Bazzoxan.
Bazzoxan.
I did all Z's because
I mean that's.
Trixie, you better watch yourself. He's not in a playing mood.
He's bigger than you.
He's stronger than her, probably. He's okay, Bubs. I know you're Trixie. You don't have to be there either. Come on.
She says, "Am I?
What's happening?
I'm scared."
So it's on the continent of Wildmount. It's in Jorhas. Points of interest. Betrayer's Rise. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Large village at the base of the cliffs.
Found it. It's at the barbed field. So, yeah. Not Bazzoxan. But, like, Bazzoxan is near the Vermaloc Woods.
Yes. Northernmost point of the Penumbra Range in Jorhas. Village is built below an ancient black temple, which was historically named Bazzoxan on top of ruins.
And then the King's Cage is...
Well, that makes sense.
But the Crawling King is... Wait, hold on. We got the Tomb of the Worm. And we have the King's Cage. Who else is Worm?
Is it here?
Is it here a snake?
Well, I know, but like...
kind of, I mean,
Crawling King is not Worm either. Crawling King is... Behemoth?
Maggot. Giant maggot man.
Giant maggot man. Yes, I don't know whose it is.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But...
Well, thanks for joining us on our journey through through Wildmount, both literally and just then in our quick tour of the places that Dranas might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did it, guys.
Well, hi, guys. I'm Jordyn.
I'm Lyndsey.
And this is...
Are We Still Recording? A podcast about a podcast. Yeah. I almost forgot to do the intro.
It's okay.
Again. It's fine. Sometimes if we do too much chatter in the beginning, I'm like, yeah, we're just going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But I mean, I was making us coffees, so, it took a little time.
Yeah, we were just... It's fine. Everything's good.
That's good. But yeah, so guys, this is probably our final wrap-up of C3.
Yeah, I mean, unless somebody else gets a wild hair and they're like, hey, like, what do you guys, because, like, not to be that guy, but we might be the only ones that, like, really need a wrap-up, save one other person.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But I think we're still going to have a wrap-up episode. I would like us to still have a wrap-up episode regardless.
Absolutely.
Because for C1, C2, and C3, I would like us to, like, the next session, quote unquote, that we have, I'd like us to do a wrap up, and then we can do like a session 0 of either Matthews or Heckna, whatever it is we're doing, before we like jump into that experimentation.
I mean, how 2 weeks?
Should be, because this was the first Monday. Yeah, 2 more weeks. So
I'm dying out here, guys. I'm dying. I'm downloading as much D&D content as I can off of just like the internet. I am begging for scraps here, but because we are recording this 2 weeks post.
Yeah, almost exactly.
Yep. So it's been,
no, it is Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 2 weeks post.
Yeah, 2 weeks post. So we've had some time of just downtime, and like
yeah,
I just miss my friends.
It doesn't feel. I mean, anyone who's ever finished a campaign, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
Not until you like start moving into the next campaigns, and like this is also like some downtime in between so that I don't get burnt out, and other people as well, while we kind of like finish up school year things, have some vacations, and then we'll kind of get back into it. So we'll probably do, well, you're probably already experienced a few side quests and things like that along the way, but there's always content. We're getting to the busy season of our business, which does leave us a little bit less time to record. Not impossible, but definitely going to be splitting things up a little bit. But we did review our notes. We're definitely not going to, I don't think we'll do an entire summary of the fight this time, because I mean, this was the session that we did in person, and technically 2 sessions. The first session probably took us an hour and a half.
2 hours ish.
Yeah.
We did a great job.
We did. And then the second day was like 8 hours of D&D.
It was amazing.
And so it was. I love doing the in-person like finales. I think they're just so much fun. We get to actually see everyone sitting at an actual table with everyone.
With a map and
minis. And like being able to like we all have like our side conversations, but being able to have like, you know, Spin included in the side conversations, and like Mans being able to like move pieces around and like having like, it was just great.
The little laser pointer.
Yeah.
We did it. We did real D&D.
I know. I mean, like, you know, people talk a lot about like how like playing D&D online either isn't the same as D&D in person or whatever, but like I agree in the sense that I love and would prefer for us all to play D&D in person, but that is immediately trumped by the fact that our group is so fantastic that I literally wouldn't trade our group for anything.
No.
I wouldn't even trade our group for in-person D&D.
No.
At all, which is why we're here.
Exactly. Like you could not, if you sat both of them, then like you can have a regularly meeting group of D&D that meets at a table. Or your group.
Yeah, fuck that. It's been more than 10 minutes. Like, fuck that.
Fine.
Like,
no shot.
Just want our group.
Exactly. No shot. This is the best. These are my people that I play D&D with. And every now and then, we get to do it live, and it is the coolest, best treat that we could receive. Yeah, like, truly. That was so special.
Poaching an eyeball, Trixie, sorry.
She's like, ow.
She said, I just came up kind of fast and, like, right in it. You eat my chum?
It's okay. Like, I will forget that Booker has walked up behind me sometimes and swing my hand to, like, grab something and just put my thumb in his eyeball.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll be all right.
It's fine. But no, it was so fun, and it was so special, and, like, it was fabulous. It was fabulous in absolutely every way to just, like, be at a table and have a map and, like, see the minis and actually see the board and, like, have a big bad mini that I could like glare at and be like, God, you're disgusting. And I can't wait to kick your ass.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was great. Oh my God.
I mean, we'll kind of I think what we'll do is probably just break down everything like a little bit, because obviously doing an 8-hour summary would take me and Lyndsey fucking 4 hours. So you're just going to have to watch it.
Oops.
The high points, I think, are the first night we basically had to get rid of Greymoor's inner demon, his connection to Lolth. Otherwise, we were told that it was going to be compromised, so we had to get rid of it. Yeah. So we did a ritual to free Greymoor from Lolth's presence. We crushed it.
The exorcism.
Yes.
We did so good.
We did.
We did a great exorcism.
It was so cool. I mean, like the like mental image of like the purple storm with the lightning and then all of our added parts to it. It was so good, guys. You have to watch it. And we freaking crushed that roll. Every single roll was above a 20. It
felt so good. And like it was a hour and a half session, and we accomplished one thing, but we accomplished it. Boy, did we accomplish it. And it felt so good because it just kept rolling. Yeah. And everyone was so excited. Yeah. Everyone was jazzed. Yeah. About it. Pun intended.
It was great. And we got a level out of it. We actually got to level right before the finale. So we were going to be level 14.
Yes.
And then we went to level, hang on, I got my notebook right here.
Yeah. I think we finished at level 15.
I think we finished at level 15. We did, level 15. So that was super cool. What a way to freaking end it.
Yeah.
And then the next day, sorry, Doggo is being Doggo.
She wanted to get in the window where there is already a cat. And the cat said,
There's plenty of room for her. She could be polite about it, and she's just amped. She's just amped.
It's a beautiful day outside. There's crunchy snacks everywhere.
Oh my God, she loves the crunchy snacks. Like cicadas everywhere. So the next day, basically, we get to Dranas. We have to do a stealth check to get inside, and we have like a combination of just like fantastic things on our side. We've got Pass Without Trace. We've got the Smuggler's Route that Phoebe got from the Twilight's Accord, so Pass Without Trace gave us a +10. The Twilight's Accord Smuggler's Route gave us a +8. We had advantage because we were going in with Rundar at night and had all that kind of stuff. So like
underneath. And
then, Sylvie rolled a 50.
And guys,
not even
you're not going to believe this.
Not even the highest roll.
Not even the highest roll. Like, Rundar got a 54.
Yep. I'd like to point out, though, that I am only a level 8 rogue. I mean, I'm a level 15 character, but only a level 8 in rogue. But level 20 rogue got a 54.
And a level 8 rogue got a 50.
I had to break up the calculator to get that right, guys. God. It was insane. I rolled a 17 on the dice. I have a +15 to stealth because it's one of my expertise. So it's my expertise, and so our proficiency bonus is +5. Since it's expertise, it's a +10, plus my dexterity, which is +5. So I have a +15 to stealth. And then +8 for the Smuggler's Route and +10 for Pass Without Trace. So I had a +33 modifier. +33 modifier, and I rolled a 17.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm aghast.
It was fantastic. It was one of those things that's like, yes, the rogues just disappeared.
The rogue, like,
nobody could find us.
Them, and like, you swear that you can see their face, but it's just like there's nothing there actually.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow. And like, I don't even think I rolled that good on that. Like, I think I rolled obviously I didn't roll that good.
But I mean, you still had at least a +18.
Like, we succeeded. I think I got like a 19. I think I rolled maybe like a 2.
I was going to say, there were some people who only got, I thought everyone got above a 20. Or a 20 or higher, but there were plenty of people who didn't get above a 25, which means they didn't roll above a 7.
I know I rolled in the single digits at the very least.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I think I may have ruined this. But no, if it's on average, we're fine.
Yeah.
Because we have a 50 and a 54.
Yeah, I think we pretty much just made sure everyone was as quiet and silent as possible. But that was just one of those like perfect way to end a campaign is to just get a 50 on any ability check.
Oh yeah.
But it like just the stealth check, I mean, there are a lot of spells and a lot of things that give you advantage and pluses to your stealth. So like it's not uncommon to see high scores. So I think like that's probably realistically the only ability check that we could have gotten a 50 in. Because I mean, like the other ones that are most used are like perception, persuasion, deception. But like even then,
you can't really. I mean, what I was reading the other day that like Aurum in the Bell's Hells campaign had a passive perception of 28.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because if you take what is the feat?
I don't know.
It's a PHB vanilla feat. I think it's alert.
That would make sense.
It's either alert or it's sorry everyone, I know you're gonna be like, it's this.
Thank you for telling us. Can you yell it louder so that we can hear you?
I'm gonna look it up.
We're looking it up. But the meme was Aurum has a passive perception of 28, so that means he can always see Matthew Mercer in his peripheral vision just a little bit.
It's funny. Let me find it. Observant.
Yes.
So observant, increase your intelligence or wisdom score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You can see a creature's mouth while it's speaking a language you understand. You can interpret what it's saying by reading its lips, and you have a +5 bonus to your passive wisdom and passive investigation or intelligence scores. So like it'll just like boost it up, and then you get like a +5 to your passive. But like it's a great feat because like you can always just like read lips,
which would be nice to be able to do.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, they walk away and they like the guards are having a conversation. You're like, cool, what's the one facing me say? Because I can read his lips at least. So you at least get like half of a conversation, which is such a terrible, awkward thing to do your DM. But like in important situations.
I feel like chop this if you want to, a look into the future. That might be something interesting to think about for Theo. Mm-hmm. Just like being a really good sneaky fighter.
I like it. I mean, I like the idea. I like it. There's so many cool things you can do with D&D. That's why we're going to be playing for the next until
forever. 6 seasons in a movie, and then 6 more seasons, and then another movie, and then 6 more seasons, and then another movie. We can do this for 6 times 3 is 18.
Yeah.
So
18 campaigns, no
2 years per campaign.
Yeah, no problem. 36 years. That's nothing.
That's nothing. We're going to do it for longer.
Nothing.
Just keep adding.
It's true. So the next main thing we did after we snuck in, we were told that our objectives were to find the machine. Mm-hmm. We knew based on the map where kind of the machine was going to be located. We knew it was going to be behind a specific door. We had to find a key to get into that door. I might have already said that. And then we had to strengthen the divine gate. Yeah. So it was basically a 2-part finale. The first part, we had a combat where it was essentially against a beholder. Mm-hmm. That was kind of like a homebrew version, just where instead of having, and forgive me because I don't know the ins and outs of a beholder exactly.
That was the first time I've ever fought a beholder.
That was the first time we've ever fought one in our 3 campaigns.
Yeah, so.
But they have the central eye that has like an anti-magic field.
Okay.
And then they have the stalks, which probably have a different term. But like each of them, that's why like when he rolls like a D8, each one does a different thing. They do like a death ray or a poison ray or
one of them's
whatever.
Like disintegrate, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like a number and he basically rolls to see which ray comes out sort of thing as the beholder attacks. But it was basically like the beholder was invisible in the room and the eye was separate on the door. And so we had to basically fight the invisible beholder, not being able to see it while he was just wrecking us.
Like picked Graymore up and dragged him into a pit of lava.
Yep.
And then did the same thing to Sylvie.
Sure did.
And like Raj just got put to sleep.
Yep, night.
Raj took a little nap.
Bye-bye.
Didn't get any hit points back though, which I thought was bullcrap. But like he was just doing his little beholder thing, and like I thought that the entire room was like a beholder mimic, because like with the pillars in the room and they were moving, I'm like, is that the eye stalks that are like?
Oh, that's a great point.
I was thinking too big. It was just an invisible beholder.
Yeah, I mean the illusion that it was casting over the room, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose was of that, other than to just give us a hint that there was illusion magic and there was something going on.
I wonder if that was like the illusion magic on the road that was being cast from the main eye.
It was
how he was invisible. So like the invisibility comes maybe. And so it was just like distorting the room so that it distorted the beholders.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know.
But basically we learned like when the eye was on us, like looking at us, we couldn't cast spells. We were all hiding behind pillars trying to cast spells. Thankfully, I think Raj ended up casting Fog Cloud. Because Phoebe tried to cast Darkness.
Cast it on the tip of a very cool dagger that was given to her by Rundar.
We had a bunch of great plans. And basically once like the eye was covered or couldn't see through things, and since it was stationary, it wasn't moving on the beholder. Once we were able to do that, we tried Fairy Fire and it saved.
Yes.
Is that what it was? So we were like, okay, that one didn't work. And so I ended up like shooting an arrow that did flare. It was my Griffin Saddlebag like arrow or quiver. But it did a flare arrow that caused things to burn. And so it allowed it to like, if I hit it, light it up just enough so that we could see where it was and at least no longer have disadvantage on trying to attack it.
Yeah.
Because it was destroying us. Like we spent the first few rounds just trying to like clean up and like save Graymore. And I was like, I'm really sorry, bud. Like, but we just have to hit this thing. And like, once we were able to finally hit it, we were good.
Yeah. Like he went down relatively quickly, which was lucky.
It was.
Because we only had the real kicker of this whole thing is we only had 8 rounds.
Correct.
To do this whole mission.
Correct.
kick the beholder's ass, find the key, get in the building, find the divine gate, do whatever we have to do inside there.
Yep.
And I'll figure it out in 8 rounds.
Correct.
Or consequences.
Correct.
And they were framed as consequences. But shortly after the beholder fight, we discovered those consequences.
We did. So after we finally got the beholder down and he dropped the key, we were able to open the door. And we found, excuse me, just cut that out. Oopsie, sorry, I hope you guys didn't hear that.
Oh, so you're going to cut your burps out, but you didn't cut my burp out last time.
I don't remember hearing it.
So it was in the Standing King episode.
I'm so sorry.
And I burped, and you said that was really cute. I'm leaving it in.
I'll leave my burp in then.
You don't have to.
No, it's too late. Now I feel like it's unfair.
No, it's not. Listen, I love you. I have to talk shit. Because I love you.
After we end up opening the door, Asmodeus comes fucking swinging in, and the Raven Queen literally blocks us, pushes us through the door, and slams the door closed.
She's like, I've got this. And we're like, oh, okay.
The last thing I want to talk about before we pause is that Greymore, after being recovered from the whole thing, ended up getting a boon from Galileo and ended up being like Galileo's champion. Yeah. And so he got like a really cool boon that he was basically allowed to like add. It would take life from him, but he would basically give us a buff to our AC that we could, if a monster hit us through our AC buff, we could basically like recharge it like Dragon's Breath. So it was like a homebrew thing that was super cool. Ended up giving us, it was very, very helpful.
It was like a little exo shield.
Yeah, it was very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
I think I got to use the feature where it had a feature where it reflected damage, right?
It did.
I think I got to do that one time, and it was very cool and very nice. And I enjoyed it a whole bunch. Yeah. Being a giant creature with a little bitty exo shield.
It was cool.
Yep. So with the exo shield, I think my AC maxed out at 26.
Nice.
As it was cool.
I think I got 25.
Yeah.
Because I think my AC is 21 because I got to buff the Mirage armor, and with the twin fighting thing, maybe I got to 22. Hi, Notebook. Welcome back. But I think at 25 was like the max that I got to. But then like we had to like re-roll it because of something. And I was like, son of a biscuit eater. I don't want to re-roll it.
I wrote it down. So.
No, I only got to 21 with my. So yeah, 25 would have been the most I got, which is cool.
So I had +3, +2. So +5. 6, 7, 8. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24.
Nice.
And then 25, 26 with the highest I rolled for my shield was like a 2. So like.
I rolled like crap in the second part of the fight. So we got a good AC buff from the Galileo's champion.
Galileo's champion, the gift of Galileo.
Gift of Gal.
Gift. It's like gift of Gab, but different.
Yeah.
The gift of Gal.
Am I recording?
Yeah, I am. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, you're good. I saw the green light.
I have to double check.
No,
okay.
You're good. We're good.
But yeah.
So then we got pushed through by the RQ on to the next room. Doors closed behind us, and we're now at like there was a split. We split the party
in the last fight. We're like, now's the time to do this.
This is the time.
Now's the time.
And so we split the party, but it was just like on
just 2 different sides of the room.
That's it. Yeah.
So it's not like we didn't think it would be like a bad split, because we're like, there's no way we're gonna start this fight immediately, right?
Right. Well, I mean, on top of that, like the side that we chose was there was like some coverage of like a rib cage, and the other side seemed like wide open. So everyone's like, we should be together, but we were very split on the whole cover or no cover situation. And I still adamantly stick to the point that I'm gonna move my mic a little closer or a little lower. Yours I think is fine because you're like facing away from it, but I'm like facing my mic and I don't want to like scream into it.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
we've changed locations. We're now at my house, and that was my son, and he wants to play with cat toys. It's not yours.
He says, but you're so much better, Mom. So yeah, so we did split the party. And we entered this long hallway with our favorite of lava in between us.
Mm-hmm.
A giant rib cage kind of providing us like some cover over us. And then at the end was this big ominous pyramid that had this very much, hi, I've got some weird magical lessons to me. Maybe you should check me out.
What's up? I'm your MacGuffin.
That's it.
Here I am.
Hello. And so as we enter the room, like immediately Lolth comes out. And we as players knew that Lolth was going to be there because Matthew had printed the mini, painted the mini. So if that was a red herring,
that would have been incredible.
But also I feel like Matthew would have been so mad. He spent so long painting it and it came out beautiful.
But what if that was see how you play it is have him paint that in public.
Right, but he's already painted the other one.
Printing in something else in private. And then he pulls out like the Chained Oblivion again.
I wouldn't even put it past him because he painted Tiamat privately. Like we didn't even know. And there were 2 versions of Tiamat. So there was the small version of Tiamat that was in like the material plane. And then there was the larger version of Tiamat that we went to Avernus. And we didn't know that there were 2. And we didn't even know there was, and we knew we were fighting Tiamat, but like, so I wouldn't put it past him. He's done it to us before.
Oh yeah.
But, so Lolth comes out almost immediately and all of us are kind of prepared. Like we've been trying to we tried to ask for like, what sort of weaknesses would we have known? Technically we've seen C1 and C2 fight her before. Deegan was working alongside her. So if anyone had any insight to like her strengths and weaknesses, I felt like we should have gotten a little bit of the privy. And so we got like some half information. And we also knew from her mind controlling Greymore that mind control was going to be part of it.
It's on the field.
What's the first thing that she does when she comes out? She looks at me and because I was the closest one to her. I think I either had highest initiative and I was trying to like get to the pyramid, but I was afraid at the same time that I'm walking away from my party and I'm scared.
You were like scouting? Yeah.
Yeah, I was so scared.
I'm like, there she goes. She's doing her rogue thing. Look at her scouting. Oh!
Immediately mind control. Even with, mind you, no pun intended, because I was going to use my Watcher's Will to give advantage on Wisdom, Charisma, and Intelligence saves to 4 of us. We already had advantage on Wisdom saving throws from Hero's Feast, and I still failed that. Still instantly failed it.
It's fine. It's fine. It happens. Like it's
plus Charisma made no difference.
It's okay. Because like the save was probably what, like 25?
I think they were 23.
Yeah.
I think her saves were 23. Or her saves were 21 and her AC was 23 or vice versa. I don't have my notes, guys, so we're going rogue on this one. No pun intended. Again.
Pun intended 100%.
No, yep, I'm going rogue. But yeah, so it was, I mean, the good news is, so Galileo got me out of it? I got out of it fast. Oh, Phoebe did. Oh, that makes sense. That was cute.
I remember, because man's, like, Runeberg grappled you.
Yep.
And I could almost swear that he tried to cast something on you to knock you out of it with his cleric. And then when that didn't work, he used his second whatever to grapple you to hold you.
That's possible. I don't remember.
And then that didn't work. And then a couple other people went, and it's like, so the way that the party was split is it was Sylvie, Phoebe, Runeberg, and Raj on one side.
Yep.
And then just Galileo and Grimoire coming in on the other side.
That is correct.
And so initiative, I don't remember what initiative was.
That's why I walked away, is because I was first. But Lolth came out immediately. Okay, what I will say is, first and foremost, this fight was incredible. This battle was incredible.
Oh my god.
One, it was in person. We don't almost ever play in person D&D, so it was incredible. But 2, we've never fought a beholder. So we talked about how this was our first time with a beholder, and Lolth was just such a different variety of an enemy.
Yeah,
she was teleporting back and forth between everyone, hitting them. We kind of figured out her resistances pretty quick, which was good. But I mean, just it was fantastic. I mean, the mind control was super good.
Started off super strong, and I think obviously it was super duper fun because we were in person and like we're actually watching the fight play out with our minis. But like I don't like, and let me be clear, Mans is always an incredible DM.
Of course.
But I think he really hit his stride.
Oh yeah, he was loving it.
He was loving it. And so he got super in, not that he's not into it all the time, but like we all locked the fuck in.
We did.
Like he locked in and it's like this is about to be the best fight we've ever had.
It was
and
so
then
good. It was, guys. It was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so the interesting part about one of the interesting parts about this was that we had two objectives in this battle. So we knew we wanted to take down Lolth because we wanted to take down another betrayer, but we also had to, and we don't know what this machine is, so we're not sure if it's the entire pyramid, and as you get closer you find out that there's like an entrance to the pyramid, and then if you like try to enter it, you have to make a pretty high con save to walk through, or you take force damage and are thrown away. And so you're like, how are we even supposed to get into this pyramid, assuming that in there is where, and like we could kind of see in but not super well, and like, so that was really interesting. And it probably took us 2/3 of the way through the combat before we were like, how do we get in here? And I tried to like, I blessed us, I had the advantage on, I mean, it didn't help with the con save, but like trying anything to get us any bonus going in there, standing close to get my charisma bonus going into it. I mean, something was better than nothing. And like we finally found out that it was like you had to teleport in.
You have to Misty step in.
Or whatever
and
version
like,
you have.
It still hurts when you get in there.
Yep, but
like,
the save was lower instead of being like a I mean, maybe instead of being like a 23 or 24 save, it was like an 18-20 save.
Yeah, and like you weren't immediately shunted out, but you started taking damage. Like the floor was hands and it was trying to pull you in.
Oh, yeah.
Like sand hands.
Yeah, it was so cool. And like inside was then it was the 9 obelisks.
And like it was that cool, like you're standing in the middle and you can see each of the 9 obelisks where they are in the world.
Yeah.
But like it looks like they're really far away.
Yeah.
But like as you walked up to them, it like zoomed in super fast. And so you could just approach them in this like demi-plane almost. Like feels like a demi-plane to me. Yeah. But like like the good imagery, beautiful imagery.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, that's fantastic.
And he's fine. Some high spots or high points in the combat was that you won it and you still want me to try to fight you for it. This teeny tiny 1-inch ball.
Okay, just hold it.
The highlights were what is that spell that Galileo did? It's like
Dark Star.
Yeah, like Dark Star. It was this huge radius of like
gravity well.
Yes, it was insane. Yeah. That he threw behind Lolth just to like pull her in. She couldn't teleport. She was taking damage when she was in there. It was like, beautiful.
We kind of, because she was teleporting so fast, like we were hitting her, but like we couldn't, like we needed her to stop moving.
Yeah.
We needed to like get her in one spot and like then try to like all flank her, all rally on her. So he cast Dark Star. And then I cast Moonbeam to her, like, right.
Yeah.
So there was lava. So it's like lava on this side, Moonbeam here, gravity well behind you.
Yeah.
Like, stand and fight. Stand and fight. Lolth.
Yeah.
Like, it's us or you, and it's going to be us.
And it worked for a while.
Yeah.
And then she knocked down Greymore.
Yeah.
And she just like focused all of her attacks like every other betrayer. You know, she's got, a bunch of attacks. She focused all of them on him. And like there was this cool scene where Raj revivified him mid-combat and the Raven Queen had to turn from her fight in the room next door with Asmodeus to like turn to help with the revivify,
like
and
give him the power to do it.
And while she turned and her back, like her back was turned, like Asmodeus got like a big hit it on her.
Yeah.
And so it was like it really cost her to bring him back.
So it was like we were playing with the odds the entire time, and it's like I'm pretty sure we mentioned it last time, but like we were on a timer.
Yes.
So we had 8 rounds before. What we figured out pretty quickly was Asmodeus was going to come in there and start stomping on us.
Yep.
So we, like, I think it took us 5 rounds to be like, we have to get in the pyramid and this is how we do it. And then another 2 rounds to get in there. And then 7th round is when everything popped off.
Correct. And I mean, the other key point, so like Raj then did anti-life shell.
Oh, yes.
Yes. That was one of those things that it was like, she didn't cast a lot of spells.
Mm-mm.
She did cast some spells, but she didn't cast a lot of them. Mostly she was just stabbing us with their spider claws.
And biting at us, which is weird because she's got a human-sized head and a human-sized mouth.
Yeah.
So she's like just noshing on us with her little like human-sized... That still freaks me out when I think, I don't like that.
Yeah, that one's creepy. It's creepy when you think about it.
Stop biting me. Like, if it was a big mouth...
Sure.
Fine.
Sure. Nope.
No, that's just a human walking up to you and biting you.
Yeah, it's just strange.
It's worse.
It's strange. And so the anti-life shell basically prevented all of those attacks from coming in. Mm-hmm. So basically Raj could just like walk around and like center himself around a few of us. And we could like go out and like swing and attack and then come back in the shell and like have a little barrier.
Yeah.
So he was able to do that to get like Greymore stabilized, and once he got him revivified and had that, those were like the big key points.
Mm-hmm.
And then Galileo and Runeberg both went through.
Runeberg got in there first. I would like to mention just one time real quick.
Please.
Phoebe took some barbarian levels.
Oh yeah, she did.
And I finally got to rage and wild shape and I did the big 3 things that you're supposed to do as a druid. And I concentrated on Moonbeam, and then I wild shaped, and I kept Moonbeam up, and then I was like, now I'm just gonna hit her really hard. And so like it was fun to do concentration, wild shape, rage. Yeah. And like I hit all the points. That's my point. I'm done. It was beautiful. It was fantastic.
It was great.
Yeah.
So that was all. We got to do a pretty good job there, but then we just like, so Runeberg brought Terrainberg up.
Yes.
In the pyramid, and Terrainberg only has 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew, he was like, well, even if he makes his save and he takes damage, he's like, but what I want to do is I want to raise him, switch spots with him, so he'll disappear, but I'll be in there. So that was one way. Excuse me. So that was one way that he got to kind of avoid the con save of going inside. He was able to kind of bamf in there.
He switched around him.
Yeah. And so he has a lot of hit points, so he can take a lot of damage. And then Galileo did his thing.
Yeah, like Terrainberg served his ultimate purpose.
He did.
Which was getting Runeberg in the pyramid and doing the switchy switch. He will just stand there and stare at you. He's just gonna go, oh. And then he got in there and was trying to like figure out what to do with the obelisks and like make a plan. And obviously we were all trying to like plan on the side. And like he had a really beautiful idea. But then Galileo was in there and he's like, no, this is kind of, I have to do this. And you don't have to do this. So get out of here. And like embraced him, which is not a Galileo thing to do. And we will pick back up on that at the end of the fight because something happens within the embrace. But
no, go ahead.
Yeah, like that Galileo goes in and activates all of the shards that he's collected, activates his divine power as the Luxon, and like uses all of the 100 and...
It's 120, so there would have been 119 total. There was 1 extra.
So 119 motes of light to explode each of the obelisks, explode the machine, and in doing so, Galileo sacrifices himself. But if you guys will remember, at the end of our go get the map mission in Rexentrum, Cord had spoken with Galileo and was like, you can either turn the divine gate into a divine wall and be a watcher on that wall forever, or you can shatter again and the divine gate won't be as strong, but you will still be in the world. And Galileo chose to shatter and, put the shards back on Exandria so that. And then, oh God, what was it? It was the last thing he sees was the flashing protocol. It's like, new protocol. Galileo.
Yeah, he got a new protocol called Galileo.
And Galileo is no more after Runeberg leaves. And then all of these things happen in very rapid succession. So that happens. The pyramid starts coming down.
Yep.
Greymore clocks this and puts a blood wall around Sylvie, Phoebe, Runeberg, and Raj. And protects us, but then closes himself in a completely separate blood room with Lolth.
He crushes his blue pill.
Yeah, he crushed the blue. Right. I was like, how did he make so many blood balls again? The blue pill.
So did Galileo did or didn't?
He did.
He did crush his blue pill too?
Yeah. Man, we should have come up with a cooler word for them than the blue pill, because
it's too late.
It's
too late.
We're here now.
We've come too far.
Crushes blue pill. Please be careful, my love. Good job. And closes Lolth in a blood box
with him
and just starts hacking at her and also shrinking the box. So it is the final cage match. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Very much that vibe. And then all of this is happening. That's happening. Phoebe's getting ready to plane shift the rest of us out of there. And then Asmodeus kicks in the door with the Raven Queen in front of him. And she falls in the door, correct? Like takes another hit across her back. And like she's on her last leg. And Raj has to decide whether to come with us or stand and fight with his god. And he crushes his blue pill and becomes a torpedo and shoots himself directly at Asmodeus, like basically destroying the cavern around us as Sylvie, Phoebe, and Runeberg plane shift out.
Yep. I would like to point out that Phoebe did offer for the Raven Queen to come with us.
Absolutely.
She was like, there's room for you too.
We can all go. Like, it doesn't have to be this way. You have helped us so much. Let me help you, please.
Yeah.
So, like, that felt good.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like,
I know.
Why? You don't, like, first of all, Raj, you don't have to martyr yourself. Second of all, like, there it goes. Like, Raven Queen, you're a god. You can just come too. It's fine. Like, you don't, but I digress.
Yeah.
We did it.
So
we did it.
Galileo sacrificed himself again. He destroyed the machine holding back the divine gate, which was all 9 obelisks being activated. So he destroyed all 9 of those and was able to get the divine gate back up. And so basically we found out that there were 8 primes that fell. And so they're on the other side of the divine gate. So there are 4 primes and 4 betrayers that did not fall. And so they are left on the material plane, which means that the followers of those gods are going to have the strongest power. And the followers of the gods who fell, because they're busy recovering, are going to have the weaker powers.
And that's interesting. I wonder if Mans is going to really explore that.
I don't know.
Because that would be a fun little story point to really dig into, I think.
It sure would. It sure would. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, Galileo, this was kind of this was a more tragic ending.
Yes.
Than, I think everyone got the ending they wanted, but it was a more tragic ending than I think I was expecting.
Yes, I agree.
I expected Galileo to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
I did, however, expect Galileo to fuse with the gate for it to become the wall.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's wrong that he chose not to, especially because, like, it was really one of those things that it was like when it was described as he could join with the gate to become the divine wall, it wasn't ever really, it wasn't ever explicitly stated, as nothing in D&D is, that it would prevent it from coming down forever. It was like, it's going to strengthen it, but it will still be able to fall down at some point.
Yeah.
So it was very much like, sure, you can do this, but it's probably only going to help for a little bit longer. And so it seemed almost like he felt, and I agree with this, it wasn't what I expected, but in the long run, I do agree that Galileo felt he could do more good in the long run by being available to everyone else and doing this one deed now.
Yeah. Like, and I agree, because like by leaving, like those shards have given people faith and some modicum of divine power for all of these years.
Yeah.
And so to keep that in the world is going to be important in the coming years.
Agreed.
And like I think that it was the right thing to do, and it also gives, you know, those of us that survived something to do.
Yeah.
In the aftermath.
Oh, and we'll definitely talk about that. We haven't had our post session at time of recording, and I would really like to record that post session so that everyone can see kind of what that looks like for us. But I'm also surprised that at the end of everything, once Galileo sacrificed himself, I'm surprised that Graymore and Raj sacrificed themselves too.
Yes. That's not what, like, I was like, okay, we did the one thing.
Let's go.
And now everybody else gets to come too, right?
Right.
No.
That's what I thought too. What I thought too. I mean, I guess it makes sense though, because Graymore was brought back against his will. And I mean, I guess we don't know that if he did or didn't want to come back, but we know that he
was raised by Lolth.
Right. And so he was raised by her, he was controlled by her. And so I think like it makes sense that he would not feel satisfied, even like having this like half-life of being alive, but being resurrected for reasons he doesn't necessarily agree with, and then not taking her out.
Yeah.
I can see where that wouldn't vibe for him.
Yeah. Like I'm glad that he finished the fight, because we were just going to leave.
Oh,
and that would have left Lolth wounded.
Yep.
But alive.
Yeah. But I mean, and then Raj. I mean, poor Raj.
Oh.
And I mean this, I don't know how to say this and I don't mean it to sound shitty. Didn't have a lot to live for before he met the party.
Yes.
His family was not good to him. His family put him on this like boat thinking he was going to die out there. They didn't respect him. It didn't even really seem like they liked him that much. So Raj, he even gave up his family.
Yeah.
To resurrect Galileo.
Yeah.
But which I think was a good sacrifice and not necessarily a hard sacrifice, but it just kind of shows that I think the first real purpose that Raj had in life was when he like really got to speak with the Raven Queen. And I think more so than like the party, I don't think the party themselves necessarily meant a lot to Raj. I think we were more a means to an end. And that was kind of hard for me to grapple with, because I don't really think that I like understood that.
Yeah.
Until he sacrificed himself for that.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Even in like the whole year off thing, Chris was very ready to let Raj go spend his year by himself and not with the group.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? We're all fighting together.
We're doing it, but yeah, like
he didn't really.
Raj was a very like solitary figure.
Yes.
And like that's not to say like I think he cared about the party.
I think he did too.
I think he really cared about the party and like didn't want bad things to happen to us.
Of course not.
But like understood that bad things were going to happen to us.
Yes.
And that like he will be there for those bad things. But these bad things are kind of more or less preordained.
Yep.
By my deity, and so like it is my job to be kind of like the sentinel at death's door, if you want to. Is that a pun? Does that count? I don't know, but like he's like it is my job to stand here and be the even middle.
Yep.
And walk with them into this. But then when it came down to it, it's like, do you live for your God or do you die for your God?
Right. And I think he, in that moment, was kind of like, I owe more to the Raven Queen than I do. I don't know. And maybe, I don't know. And I would love to ask him. I'd love to see, like, what his thoughts on that were. Because, like, is it purely, like, I want to help her and I don't want to, like... Chris has always been diving head first into combats without necessarily thinking of the consequences or the long-term actions. But I don't know what the thought or the reason is behind that. But I mean, it makes sense because I think that in the moment with the choice of his deity or his party, he's going to choose his deity. And I think he always has.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. I don't think clearly there was no ill will against any of us. Never felt that way.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
But it's just like, that's more important.
Yep.
And so, like, you get that really cool moment after everything when, like, they are all crushed into rubble together. Maybe Asmodeus got girded. Maybe Asmodeus didn't get girded.
I think it was implied he got girded.
Sweet.
I think there was the implication of, like, the light in the sky sort of thing.
Gotcha.
But then there was the sweet ending of them
sitting in a tree together.
Yep.
Not Kissing. But, like, and she just kind of, like, pats the branch next to her and is like, what, we still got work to do?
Yeah.
And, like, that's where the campaign ended.
Yeah.
And then the epilogue is us. But, like, that's the cut to credits.
Yeah.
And then us is, like, where Runeberg, Phoebe, and Sylvie go. It's the post-credit scene.
Yep. So the only other thing I want to note is that in the hug between Galileo and Runeberg, he gives his last light to Runeberg. So Runeberg has the last light of
Champion
the Lexan.
The last light.
He's got it.
He's our guy.
And now we know that the Luxon is shattered across Exandria again. So obviously we're super happy that our characters made it out alive because I think Phoebe got knocked down right as you were going to plane shift.
So I was about to get knocked down.
Okay.
And so it was the order of operations of when the blood wall went up, because had that damage hit me, I would have been knocked out.
That's right.
It was like 25 damage and I had 23 hit points.
Gotcha.
So it would have been just enough to, like, take me out of the game.
Yeah.
But, like, Phoebe was looking bad.
Sure.
By the end of it.
Sure.
I was a big, giant, prehistoric rhinoceros the entire time.
You were.
It was nice.
It was really cool. It was cool. But we're really glad that we got out because I think that near the end, like, as willing, and I've said this before, and this is definitely Jordyn and maybe not her characters, but since her characters are all part of me, that's kind of what I get. But, like, Jordyn is, like, willing for them to die before we get there, and then in the moment, I'm a big chicken and I run. But, like, I also think, like, I felt that Sylvie had this, like, vendetta after, like, she couldn't save their mom. Like, she literally made this deal with Xerxes, trying to get their mother out of this deal so she doesn't have to be the one to do the thing, so she can at least be saved. And, like, she still, I mean, she doesn't regret the deal with Xerxes because it's done nothing but good things.
You did more good for him than anybody maybe ever has.
Sure. And, like, you know, I really liked the Paladin arc for Sylvie. Like, the rogue Paladin is such, like, it was just a very different take, and I really enjoyed that.
It was delicious. Like, a fast, scrappy, like, Mirage Paladin.
Love it.
That's good.
I loved it.
That's good.
I think that, like, for me, like, I've multi-classed every character so far, but Jazz was barely multi-classed, Rosa was barely multi-classed, but Sylvie was half and half. And I really liked it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go, we'll see. I'm going to try my best. I don't plan on multi-classing either of my next characters, like Nymphraya and Shimmer. I don't plan on multi-classing either one. So I'll be super curious to see what, like, it'll be nice to explore that. But, like, I kind of got bored at the halfway mark with the classes, which I think a lot of us did.
Yeah.
And so I don't regret as Jordyn the multi-class. The multi-class really gave me the like the pizzazz I needed to like keep going.
Yeah.
But I think for Sylvie, like she felt so like frustrated, like she'd failed. And so this was kind of like an opportunity, and she was like, we're gonna make this right, but like also not really like looking at her sister, and like she is, but like at the same time, like the only thing she wanted was for her sister to get out. And like in the end, in the moment, there was not even a question, we were leaving.
Yeah, like we were leaving together.
Correct.
And like
one way or another.
I'm sure I have stated this before, and I'll state it again. There is not a universe. Looking at the universe we live in today now, there is not a universe in which Phoebe sends Sylvie to do hard things alone.
Sure.
That doesn't exist.
Nope.
And so even if it is scary and daunting, like we do it together.
Agreed.
Because we are sisters.
Agreed.
And because we are stronger
together. Absolutely.
And like they're like, and also like Phoebe wants to explore the Feywild. Phoebe wants to see the world, and she's like, but if I just fuck off and do my own thing, like that isn't a possibility. No. That's not like, we have a job to do. And like, it's not that she didn't have that vendetta and that anger, because like, but it was more of like a, once again, looking at me and looking at my character, like an anxious grief.
Sure.
It was just like I can't deal with this, so I'm just going to keep working.
Yep.
And I'm going to protect my sister at all costs.
Yep.
Because we don't have mom and dad anymore. So I'm going to protect Sylvie.
Yeah, I don't think either one of our characters, I think that was part of it too, is like exactly what you just said. Like Sylvie had this vendetta. She was like, she felt like a failure. But if there was one thing that was unspoken, but nobody ever doubted it, the two of us were never letting the other one out of our sights.
No.
I mean, like, we're in the same city. I know exactly where you're going to be. And like, if you're like, that's it. We're not going anywhere without the other one. And that's it.
Especially like pre-Calamity, it's like, yeah, like I'll be back later. Like everything's cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like post-Calamity, it's like, no, you don't, you can't.
Yeah.
Because
it's like,
what
where are
if
you going?
Disappear?
Where are you going? When can I expect you back? Like, like there's just this like unspoken, like, I'll be back in 3 hours. And if I'm not back in exactly 3 hours, something is wrong. Like, we're not messing around anymore.
But even then, like, if it was Sylvie going off, it's like, yeah, cool, go ahead, says Phoebe. And then there's just, like, a wren hopping from, like I understand that you're probably going to go somewhere and do something questionable.
Sure.
But I'm going to be there, and I'll avert my eyes if I need to.
Fair.
But I'm going to be there.
Fair.
I'm going to get a little bit weird and crazy about it, but like, so
fair.
like,
absolutely.
Why is this wren attacking this person I'm bartering with? Well, because
fucking give it to us for cheaper. That's why.
Cheaper. You're making a mess. Oh, you're making a mess. It's okay.
But yes, I completely agree. And like, I think that we talked about like what we wanted for our characters at the end. And I think that the group gave us the perfect ending for our characters without us necessarily knowing it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't necessarily know what Runeberg wants to do himself, but he doesn't really have much of a choice. We're pretty much hijacking him.
It's like, hey, buddy, you kind of like, even if you don't want to come with us, we are just going to follow you around.
We are.
So, because like you kind of have the only guiding mechanism towards any of the other shards, and we need that. And that's, well, first of all, we love you and we respect you as a person, but also we do need that thing in your chest for reasons. Yeah.
But like, you know, let us go help you do some stuff.
Yeah.
If you need to take some time, that's cool. But we're going to find you again.
Like, we just have a sending spell. We have to fit. We can find some more cool earrings.
Yep,
we're gonna bring that back and be like, hey, we need to know where you're at, because like we've lost a lot, and we're family oriented, and now you're part of the family. So let's get this tea cart rolling.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like I'm so excited to have a little tea cart.
I am too. So I'm excited to do our actual like ending, because we obviously have our ideas to what we want to do. We need to talk to Matthew a little bit. And I mean, unfortunately, well, no, there's still, does everyone still have one character alive? Yes. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the only ones that died this campaign, Bill has Victor, Chris has Deegan, and Spin has Elderon.
Nice.
And then you've got Sig and Phoebe.
Yeah. And
then Matthew has Rundar and Runeberg. I know, it's extra confusing.
I love it.
And then I have Jazz, sort of.
Jazz for a second.
We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
And then Sylvie.
Yeah. So. Perfect.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, we're gonna tie up all the loose ends. So when C4 gets here, it's fresh, it's new, it's different.
Yes. We are sunsetting all the characters. So even though they're not, it sounds like our C4 is probably going to be a couple years in the future. And so while our characters will not just like be written away, it's like if we're going somewhere and they have reason to be there, they're not there.
Yeah.
They're not going to be there. Like if we go to the Twilight's Accord, Victor and Cygnus are busy in meetings, or they're out at visiting somewhere, or they're on a vacation, or they're doing whatever,
or they're fucking dead,
or they could be dead.
That's all. Like I don't want to put that juju out there, but like they're old as fuck.
They are. You know, I agree.
They're old as fuck
you
now.
You know, I agree.
They did the thing, but we'll talk about that. We will address that at a point in time. But but
it's okay. It's okay if they're not. But even if they're not, then they're just gonna be busy. And if we go to the SOB, Elderon's busy.
And then there's just like, maybe we're going one way on a road, and then you see just like a tea cart with two tieflings in the front seat passing the other way, and like that's it. Like that is a nod to our character.
That would bring me enough joy.
Yeah, like there they go. Get it, girls.
Get it, girls.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
He just hears the road traffic.
Okay. It's like, who is on my road?
But yeah, I mean, I know we're at an hour and 14 minutes. We'll chop out some, so it'll be a little bit shorter. But you guys, C3's over.
We did it.
We
campaign 3 has come to a really beautiful, really incredible end.
Yeah.
And man, it was an honor to be your sister.
Oh my God, it was the best.
It was an honor. We don't have to stop doing it, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I thought we did a great job.
Yeah.
With the sisters and the twin fighting. I couldn't have asked for something cooler.
The twin fighting feat.
The twin fighting feat made me so happy.
You know what I realized?
What's that?
After the fact is did we ever use the like switch places reaction?
No, because remember I was supposed to the one time I dragged you away and I should have done it and I didn't.
Because like there were several times in the Lolth fight where like I was looking back on it in my brain, it's like you should have taken that hit and you should have taken that hit and that hit. Because like I still had Titanosphere hit points.
Oh,
but then
no,
like
it's okay.
you know.
Well, and I think it was a bonus action for us to do it.
That was a reaction. Like just your reaction. And you could like take the hit instead.
I don't know that we specified to that, but that's okay. We never did the thing, which is okay.
It's fine.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it. Campaign 3 in the books.
We've got Hecna.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the test run of Matthew's campaign. I think we're going to start with Matthew's campaign. Because I still have to do some work on Hecna.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying some D&D brain break right now.
Yes.
Waiting for the inspiration to hit me again. And once the inspiration hits me again.
Yeah.
And I'll get into writing Hecna.
And I'm just out here chomping at the bit. Like.
Hell yeah.
I'm ready to go. I rolled my stats for these guys manually the other day. Because I'm like, I have to do something.
I know. I do still have to. Well, Nymphraya made her character sheet. Did you make Amity's character sheet yet?
It's in D&D Beyond.
Yep.
Yeah, so Amity's made. Cecilia is made.
Beautiful.
So, but then again, I will say Cecilia is on the chopping block because I could just be Frankenstein. If the handbook that is in comes out before Hecna.
I don't think it's going to.
Okay. Perfect.
But I don't know. Do they have an estimated time frame?
I don't know. I don't even know what it's supposed to be in. So
Okay,
like,
we'll have to do some research then and see.
but like if it, you know,
That's cool.
but like I'm happy to. I still want to play with Cecilia a little bit because like I'm kind of like, I still want to do like bird magic, but I don't know. I need there to be a dragon that really likes birds.
A dragon that really likes birds.
Yes. So, picture in your mind. A dragon of a color. I'm thinking a black dragon.
Sure.
Or an obsidian dragon, because it's a gem dragon that does exist.
Sure.
And Cecilia's background is scribe. So, like, I can see her, like, you know, like, she, on the side, does, like, magic tricks. And she does, like, stage magic. Ooh, no, I had a different idea for her, too. So, like, there's a lot of different things.
Are we still recording?
Oh, my God. Sorry, guys.
That's a spoiler, guys. You're going to have to tune into Heckna to hear more of Cecilia's backstory.
Oh, no.
Guys, please make sure to like, comment, ring the bell if you want notifications as to when we upload new videos. Please be sure to continue watching content, guys, and let us know. We have a few side quests that are up, so please let us know if you have anything else that you want us to do.
Yeah, any ideas? We'll have to do another random character role here pretty soon. Just for fun.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much, and we'll see you later.
See you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.